Doop-a-doop. Hello, everybody. It's been 84 years. How y'all doing? Good to be back in the saddle.
I made a fucky wucky.
Yeah. We've all had little fucky wuckies here and there. Oh, Jesus, I wanted.
It's all good.
Yeah. Life has happened for a lot of us. For instance, I'm now a California man.
Oh my god, he's not a Floridian!
Yeah.
You're a Californian.
Yeah.
Join the club on the West Coast Special Time Zone.
Yeah. Finally left it just before it was literally becoming the ninth circle of hell. So that's neat. I believe, I don't know if Jinkles, your move is like still as big.
Oh yeah, I'm in. Yeah, I think like before we went on break, like I was already in Texas.
Yeah, you were. So you were on that time zone.
Yeah.
CST.
Yeah. And Mustang, if I don't know if you want to already like do your announcement here as well, since we've all like are just unloading the changes we've had over this past 7-8 months.
Hi, my name is Mark now. I have transed my gender. So hard.
There you go.
Oh my god, is that Mark for the Mandela Cat? I'm kidding.
Yeah, exactly, Mark Heathcliff. No, because I've had that so fucking much lately.
Yeah.
Hey, is that hi, Mark?
And the fucking joke as well. Like, oh my god, yeah, coming out on Twitter and everyone just responded with, "Oh, hi, Mark." It's like, yeah, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. We love the support.
Love to see it.
Yeah, gotta love it.
Yeah,
my dad also made the same joke when I came out as well.
He knows the room. He's got taste.
Yeah. Well, I made him watch The Disaster Artist first, and then he watched The Room. But yeah. So that's happened. Funny you mentioned the Mandela catalog because like that was part of me realizing. So yeah. Thanks, Mandela Catalog, for that.
I mean, that and just Beren being gay and into clones.
Yeah, and every character I play being a guy.
So thank
a lot
you,
of things
Star
make
Wars.
sense now.
Thanks, Star Wars, and everything else, Mandela Catalog, especially you add another member to the LGBT community. So, yes.
The fact that that's like actually like a joke in the Mandela Catalog fandom. But yeah, like super happy now. Name's Mark, he, him pronouns. So yeah, we're good.
Yeah. And Chase is still in Florida. He's on his way, but we're gonna get to like small like little house housekeeping things. Yeah, we did take a long break. But as far as like time schedule changes go, we might just be starting later for the foreseeable future, potentially, as well as we might be transitioning to bi-weekly at 6:30. Just
out of Pride Month.
I know it's late for that, but just because I'm running weekly TTRPGs on Start Playing, and this already added on top of that. Another weekly game is not another thing I need at the moment, but you'll still be happening. They'll still be uploaded to the YouTubes, but
Speaking of Pride Month, though, it is Disability Pride Month.
Yeah, I did not even know that was a thing, but I mean,
it's a thing.
We appreciate the solidarity between the marginalized folks. But yeah, what was the thing I wanted to do? Okay, we don't want that, but let's go ahead and we'll just go right into the recap. I do need to get the music bot going.
Cool.
Wait, Mark is red.
We are not going in a circle. Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah, we already kind of did our spiel introductions at the top. If you can't tell, we're very rusty at this.
Wait. See, now we have to add our hi Mark onto the soundboard.
Oh, yeah.
I'll
question.
find
have
one
no
to put on
idea
our
if-
soundboard, I promise.
I have
Aw.
no idea if the stream picked that up, but you know, go nuts.
I mean, I heard it, so the stream picked it up.
Okay.
God, this
Oh,
can
I
only
might-
go well.
I'm
I
gonna need
might-
to find like perfect out of context drama clips now for
Oh,
the soundboard.
I also might include one.
Oh my god, I just
God.
heard that so much!
One.
Here's one for you.
I'm assuming, I hope the rest of you guys are picking this up, because now with Discord soundboard, if you thought the stream was chaotic before, it's only gonna get worse.
Why are you talking like that's a bad thing? Get with the times.
Thank you, Discord, for adding like possibly one of the worst features you could have added for this stream.
And by worst, you
yeah,
mean
here, wait,
best.
I'll make perfect excuse for that.
Sevenfour's gonna copyright claim the shit out of you. Hold on, I'm gonna just grab the music.
I will also say that I moved as well, but just to a different city. I'm still in Cali.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, going through real life shit, and yeah, also joined the LGBTQ plus community because we got another
We got
another
a
maid in
boys!
the house.
We got it, boys!
I fucking knew Yippee was coming, you piece of shit.
It's my
Oh,
favorite.
yeah,
It's my
I'm
brand. Here, wait, would you rather this?
God. Oh, Lord.
I'll take it. So yeah, I'm going by TK for now. Also changed my Twitter handle, which I will say at the end of the stream. Yes, I'm still calling it Twitter, not X, whatever
Oh, nobody's calling
below
it
that
X.
is.
Also love the fact
I
that
can call it X Games, but that's...
She on X Games month.
yeah, I'm so glad that Microsoft owns X. So they're apparently them and Mena are suing Elon, are gonna sue Elon for it. It's gonna be the best fucking thing.
good.
All right, I'm gonna just get into the recap before any more chaos happens. So,
I'm still on for that recap?
yes, you are.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Right. Second.
Oh, crap. Yeah, I also forgot to mention in like the thing. How long have we actually like not been?
Since September of last year.
Okay.
I think it was November, actually.
Yeah.
Was it November?
Okay. Then I
Yeah,
can
November.
mention as well. I got a dog now. His name is Obi-Wan, and he's lovely.
Aw, yep.
I can't believe.
And now,
it. Genuinely.
and now
thought
for
I-
depressing recap. I failed Streak. I failed Brass. I have a lot of making to do. His trust in me has diminished because I wasn't fast enough. As a form of punishment, my ride was locked away until further notice. I wish that was all the bad news I'm bringing, but Obi-Wan and Anakin's team was blindsided just like we were by the droid attack. There were injuries all around, and Anakin took the worst of it. He lost his arm, and someone needs to look after Ahsoka until he's recovered. Shir'iven has entrusted that task to me. I can do that. I can keep her and the Rough Riders safe. I'll do whatever it takes to keep everyone alive during this ordeal. Happy Obi-Wan being a dog!
Yes.
a tiny little miniature dachshund.
Mm-hmm.
He started his adult food today. Such a big boy now.
Big boy! Oh, that's right! I should mention, I got a cat!
Yes.
Yay! Furry animals all around!
My little
Aw,
Celeste.
something nice and cute to mention after that really harrowing intro.
Yeah.
Yep!
But, friends, foes, and undecided. Last time on Revenge of the Greats, you guys were, brought onto the world of Jabiim, asked to assist Generals Kenobi, and Imagundi on the front lines against this threat that could have a massive impact and consequences on ship production for the Republic side. First day here went not particularly good. Upon, making your way towards, I'll go back to the, oh, shit, that's right, you guys are on this map and not the main one, but you
It'd be like that.
Yeah. You guys had began your journey all the way roughly towards the backside of the main continent of Jabiim, where the capital is. You've been slowly making your way towards the capital city, but you had recently taken an attack from the newly unveiled droid gunships, and you are looking to reconvene, find a middle ground to meet up, or what's the word I'm looking for? Reconvene with Obi-Wan, Skywalker, and Ahsoka, and the 501st, the 212, all those boys, in a middle spot to better coordinate an attack, because you've got, between you and the capital, once you get to the middle spot, you've got around a little over 400 or so miles to reach the capital city and take it before, anything happens to the Jabiim people, and, risking the city being held tightly under separatist control. But I'll say, before you guys, everyone is able to mark off a long rest, as by the top of the next morning, all of y'all will be reunited with Obi-Wan, Anakin, and his crew. And I'll just bring
The crew.
Yeah. Wait, did I? Oh, that's right. We have Boba as well, is working with all of you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No, don't. My brain, you said, look, we have Boba with us, and then my first thought was Boba Tea, and then I was like, wait, no, it's Boba Fett. That's a character.
He wishes he was Boba Tea.
Why did I think that was where your mind was gonna go?
Because I'm stupid.
No, because we think alike.
I promise I have watched and I do enjoy Star Wars.
I'm a Star Wars!
Also, I legit mistook Boba's token for Bo-Katan, who's dead.
Yeah. Guess whose fault that was?
God, yeah, she's dead. I forgot.
Yeah.
The ding dong. I'll be good. No promises.
Right. But I'll say, top of the day, everyone is nice and well rested, so I think there should be a thing on those, or you can just, reset your slots back to full, and all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll say Viper is still in his healing pod for the time being. What would you guys like to do? Is morning comes to you, I'll say, at least for Beren and Beren, for you anyway, you would be invited along, Patch's ATTE, if you want to, find some sleep on the part where the troopers can sit down on his personal walker, and Raz as well, you'd be on yours, and with the Rough Riders and Shira, you can be on your own walker as well, or if you guys all want to be in the same walker, that's also fine. But yeah, what would you guys like to do as your squadron is, or your battalion is coming to a halt as you're just beginning to reunite with the 501st and the 212th?
I think Shiri would probably at the first, while before they meet up with everyone, she's kind of looking over the horizon, looking for any enemies, just in case, keeping watch almost.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Perception? Oh my god.
Yeah. 15. Looking over, there does not appear to be. Yeah, it just looks like good extra miles of thick, wetlands and mud and muck. Yeah, it's for the right now. Like Obi-Wan, like picked these spots for a reason. To, it seems like nice and tucked away enough to be outside of enemy prying eyes. But the coast looks clear for right now, and like the rain is only just now becoming a light drizzle. Like it's not a heavy downpour for the moment, but rain is a constant in this world. But it is only right now where it is just beginning to ease.
Yeah, as it lightens up, Shiri does pull down her hood. Like, she's like, oh, finally. She kind of like, she kind of shakes her head a little bit, like getting any, like that. She, obviously, like her face is kind of soaked from like the earlier, like heavy, torrential rain and everything. It's like, oh.
Yeah. What else was there? Yeah, I will say, like, Bruiser kind of, like, gets off of his walker, goes like, right, men, we're unloading, but I want to be ready to move out soon. Move out! And, like, this, like, the couple, what is it, dozens, like, tens of thousands left, TK? I forget how many men we have left in the 99s.
Hang on. We have... I'm looking over the notes on who we lost and who we still have.
Yeah.
Roughly 52,000 troopers.
Goddamn, I forgot how many. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't really have much of a problem.
Yeah. Wait, was
'Cause
that...
we started with this... Wait, I think...
Yeah, because I don't know if that counts yours and the 2012 and the 90 and the 501st.
I'm just lumping, all clone troopers, because we started with 60,000, and then we lost 8,000 that included both half of the Rough Riders and half of the 99th Battalion.
Okay.
Whoever we lost on Anakin's side, we don't know yet.
Okay. So, I'll say as you do, like, reconvene with them, I'll say, like, Shir'iven is doing that. We'll quickly just... Before we get to what the other side is looking like, Beren, is there anything you're doing as, top of the day, Patch is, just, going about his duties and just making sure, like, if you, wake up inside your walker, you see he's, like, he looks like he hasn't gotten a full night's, like, sleep in a little while, and he's sort of just, like, going over strategy boards, like reviewing like the schematics of the planet over and over, and he just looks like extremely exhausted.
Yeah. Are we like at the minute? Are we like going to meet Obi-Wan and all that?
Oh yeah, at this point, like your walker like has like just stopped, and like at this point like you're at the spot where you'll be reconvening with Obi-Wan and his men, but like you're just waking up in the walker and like you're just seeing Patches just busily like working over like maps of the planet and like strategizing, like at least like by himself, just kind of thinking what he can do to kind of circumvent this new threat that the Separatists have introduced.
Okay. Yeah. I think at this point, yep. I think Beren would have his helmet on at this point. But he is going to go up to Patch and kind of gesture at all of these maps and everything, and just say like, "How's it going?"
Idea. And he kind of like just like gives a quick like just acknowledges you for a moment, but then like looks back at the boards and goes, "Those gunships really tore us up. Trying to think of ways we can circumvent them, even though we don't have our own, or at least don't have much access to air support out here."
Yeah. How does Patch look?
Oh
like,
yeah,
in terms
he's
of stress and
he's
stuff?
very stressed. Like, he's got lots of bags under his eyes, and like he has his helmet off. He just has like a clenched fist, like in like an open palm of his hand, just looking over everything. Occasionally, like, we'll take a sip of like the equivalent of Star Wars coffee, just looking over the board and just trying to like to math out like what to do with the resources he has. And yeah,
I think it's just called calf in Star Wars.
It is calf. It is calf.
Calf, yeah.
Yeah.
it's just
calf. It's just calf.
It's just calf.
Yeah, Beren, he'll say, ask first, like, have you gotten any sleep?
It's been a little while. I'm not gonna lie, the loss of some of those Rough Riders is definitely gonna put a dent in our scouting parties, and I was a bit worried that Prusa might actually have hurt you. That or at least that you've gotten a scuffle with him, and we don't need any more inner bickering within our ranks.
And shrugs. He's like, if Bruiser starts something, he starts something, and I'll finish it. Okay?
What was the Mando word for partner or love? I think you told him. Like, you told him that's what it means.
It was like Siarica? I don't know how that's
Sharika.
Sharika. Okay.
Shut it.
I butcher pronunciations,
Yes,
but yes.
Beren has called him that, but hasn't said what it means.
He just goes,
He's just like, oh, it's just like a.
They
pet
did
name.
tell each other they loved them
Yeah.
in the last session, though.
It's
Just
like,
a
it's just like a
reminder.
term of endearment.
mm-hmm.
It certainly doesn't mean like you hold my heart, you're my dear one, or anything. It certainly doesn't mean that.
It certainly doesn't mean that. He just goes,
But yeah.
Beren, look. You know I care about you immensely. It's just... Even with I let that receiver thing slide just because you know how I feel about you. And... Again, we can't risk any inner bickerings. So... I really hope you understand that I can... Look, I'm the marshal commander of this operation. So the best, or at least with the as far as the 99th is concerned. I can hold back Bruce as much as I can, but at the end of the day, we have to respect the chain of command. We can't risk bucking tradition, all because of how we feel for each other.
Frowns at that. He doesn't really get it. He's like, is this some kind of breakup?
No, I just asking you to, I don't know how to put this in I just ask that you kind of sort of behave, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Baron's confused. He's like, what do you mean I have been? Like,
Look, just don't do anything I wouldn't do.
but I'm not a soldier. I'm not part of this. And like, gestures to like other clones walking past in the background and stuff.
I know you're not. We're both cut from different threads from fate and all that. But while you're out here, you're at least an honorary soldier. The men are gonna they see you next to me, and they might, some of them have, you might have trained them yourself, or they've heard whispers of your name back on Camino. They look up to you, Beren, and we can't risk any rough housing or inner squabbles while we're out here. We have to. Right now we need soldiers. We don't need warriors without a cause.
Beren. Yeah, okay. Like, but I mean, Baron's like, I get the impression that just Bruiser doesn't like me anyway. He'll find a reason. I'm just saying that if he does find a reason, I'll finish it. I won't kill him before you. No, I wouldn't do that. But
Just kind of like face palms for a moment. Just goes, I wouldn't.
and settle it the Mandalorian way. It's all good.
All right, but if things happen to you otherwise after that, there's little I can do to stop it. Just acknowledge that and understand.
Beren nods. He's like, yeah.
And you'll give
Gives like a very like cocky salute, and he's like, yeah, like, you know, like what? Mando's honor.
He'll go in for a quick little hug on you and just goes, I know you could probably beat him, or at least it'll be a close fight. I hate seeing him get hurt.
Yeah, Beren accepts that hug, and it's just like, yeah, you know I'd beat his ass, it's fine.
Alright, reconvene with everyone else. I got a little more work to do here.
Make sure you get some sleep. You're no use to anyone if you're dead on your feet.
You know I'm not. And he'll just go for a quick cheek peck and then go back to his work.
Yeah, Beren will head out just to see like what's going on.
Mm-hmm. And we'll quickly just go over to Raz. What are you doing? It's the top of the day, just getting up with the rest of the Rough Riders.
And at the start of the day, we're like traveling to meet where Obi-Wan will be, correct?
Roughly, yeah. Like at this point, I'll say if you want like a little bit of time with just the Rough Riders and Brass before you get there, you can have that. If there's anything you just want to say, like in private on the way over there.
No, I think he'll spend the time with the Rough Riders, like participating in any drills, training, or doing training of his own, checking up on everybody, basically trying to build his trust back with Brass in any way he can, and making sure everybody's all right.
Gotcha. I'll say Brass is...
And he'd keep his helmet on as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I will say, as you kind of get up, getting ready to start the day, you will like find Brass is hard at work just with the other troopers, getting them all, all their speeders parked and like their walkers in the right positions, restocking and ammunition. And he just goes, like, he will turn to notice you. It was like, howdy there, trooper. Good to see you're still up and about.
Of course. Have to be ready for our departure.
We'll be waiting for orders from General Kenobi and General Shiri as far as what the next move is from here. Until we know what the enemy's movements are, we're just moving through a minefield, it feels like, out there.
Yes. No way to determine how they're able to strike. It's hard to plan a counterattack. I'm just hoping the engineers can find some sort of weak spot in the remnants of the droid.
Yes. You didn't leave much for us to work with, but it's still something.
Something's better than nothing. And at this point, something's all we have to go off of.
Right.
Here's hoping that changes going forward.
No promises. Especially in times of war. Sometimes you just have to work through the disadvantages and push on through.
Don't I know it? apt to win.
I know you want to do your best after what happened with Streak. It was a hard loss for all of us. But you'll prove yourself to me when I feel that you've earned it.
Understand. Until that day comes, I'll do whatever I can to help the Rough Riders to victory. And keep you safe as well.
I trust
I
you,
won't make
kid.
the same mistake again.
Oh no. And he'll just hand on your shoulder, touch his helmet with yours for a little moment, and let's go right. See, hope the 501st and the 212th felt better than we did.
Here's hoping. Didn't hear good news about Anakin Skywalker.
What'd you hear about him?
That he took the worst of the injuries and lost his arm.
Unfortunate. He was a cocky Jedi, and, well, at least not to be more pessimistic about it, but hopefully hopefully that'll straighten him out at least somewhat.
He survived. But here's hoping he just makes a somewhat smooth recovery, given our circumstances.
Of course. And as, the rest of the troops are getting filed in, I'll say, you do, finally reconvening with Obi-Wan and Anakin's men, Ahsoka, Rex, Cody, all that jazz. As far as marking off for losses, total, both the 501st and the 212th, all together, they've lost 5,000 men each for a total of 10,000. And how many walkers do you guys have, ATTEs and speeders, TK?
Let's see, looking at that now. Let's see. As far as the ATATs go, looks like 1.5 ATATs.
Mm-hmm.
ATTs. That should still be 13.
Okay.
ATRTs.
Yeah, you'll have lost 3 ATTEs on, or also I make that 6 on the Obi-Wan and Anakin side.
ATTEs or ATTs?
ATTEs.
Okay.
Yeah. You still got half of yours still somewhat operable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, we started off with 20 ATRTs, but we lost multiple. Don't know the exact count on that.
I'll say for the Rough Rider side, it would have been 5, and we'll make that 3 for the for those on Anakin and Obi-Wan's side.
3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you'll reconvene, the 3 of you, with Obi-Wan. He's, looking a little. He has a bit of a bandage on his head, his recent injuries. Is just you can see the parts off his body where they were given back to shots there, and they just put bandages on those areas, and he goes to reconvene with you, Shiri. He goes, good to see you, my dear. I trust Jabiim is giving you about as warm a welcome as we have once we moved through the canyons?
It has, but it seems as if it took a liking to you as well. She kind of notices the the bandage on his head.
Indeed. And yes, it was those new droid gunships of theirs. They're definitely going not anything we prepared for. We weren't prepared for the Separatists to have an aerial advantage in a place like this. So it is definitely a point of concern for us.
I see. Oh, we'll take note of it and be prepared for the worst of it.
Oh, and points off to Raziel and Beren. He goes, you two, by the way, Captain Rex demanded your presence when you get a chance.
Of course.
And as far as to the state of Anakin and his Padawan, Ahsoka is fine. Anakin is adjusting to his new prosthetic in the medical bay. But
He got one already?
yes, it's definitely a temporary fix. I know he is still young and still learning, but we need him in this fight. And we can't afford to be down. Even one Jedi of his caliber down will spell out victory or defeat in this battle.
I can understand that. All the same, I'd like to check on Ahsoka and him when I can.
Of course.
Make sure they're alright, and if needed, I can keep an eye on Ahsoka for a bit until he recovers more. I know he's gonna need his full strength to get back into fight.
I'll say for the time being, Ahsoka can be under the guise of I'll say Imagundi will chime in as well. Goes I can watch over the Padawan. If that is fine with you, Master Kenobi. Goes, that would be most fine, Master Gundi. And with that, he'll head over to the medical area. And I'll say Patch slowly comes along as well, and then just goes, once we have the time, General, we will need to reconvene at the war table to decide what's best for the men here. And I forget the name of the. Hold on, I'll find it in the Hero Forge list. It's the guy who's leading the Jabiim folks that are.
Hang on, I can find that.
I got him. Hilbek Shivani.
Yes. Hilbek Shivani. Avatar Lexling.
Yeah.
Except probably better written.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll say, he'll appear with all of you as well and goes, if it's all the same to you, Master Jedi, I'll be reconvening with going over the battlefield strategies with my own men. We know the lay of the land a little bit better than you and your schematics have been able to pull up thus far.
Go right ahead then.
Be seeing you. But yeah, so where we'd like to go from here? Do we want just start with Raz and Beren going to the medical area, or you want to go see Rex, or what do you guys like to do from here?
Shiri kind of wants to check up on Anakin, honestly, if everyone else does.
Yeah, I definitely would tag along if that's the case.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Beren kind of not feels responsible for Anakin, but they did break the rules.
That's his adopted brother.
So yeah.
And that's my friendly rival, so
Yeah, it's my adopted son's friend. I guess I gotta go, right?
Alright. So, a little bit of time passes, and you we'll go over to the toward the medical bay area, and you see Ahsoka is like standing by Anakin, or like you see him like he's already kind of up and moving, and like he's like sort of like, you see like it's a looks like a somewhat rushed job of a prosthetic is on him, and like you see him like kind of going through like some martial movements as like he's mostly trying to practice the force with this newfound prosthetic, as he like kind of motions toward this cup and like closes his eyes, focuses up, and it comes closer, but then he suddenly the cup like drops, and he like has like this pain convulsion, and like falls for a moment, and Ahsoka like goes up to him and goes like, "Easy, Sky Guy, you don't want to push yourself." He goes, "I don't have time to not push. I can't leave you out there alone. This is..."
She's Anakin, she's right. I understand you have a place to be on the battlefield, but if you push yourself even more, you're not seeing the battlefield for a good while. And Shiri like kind of like uses the force to like pick up any glass shards and like tosses them in the trash, picks up any big pieces.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And she won't be alone.
Oh, sorry.
I'll make sure of that.
In like Beren's in his clan Ren, there are people who have prostheses and stuff. I can't remember the name of one of the characters that was in it, but he has a prosthetic leg.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think Beren would at least know like a little bit about prostheses?
I would say, I think it makes sense if it's like something within the clan that like you yourself have encountered with, and you weren't there with when your mother was getting it, but with when the clan matriarch was getting hers. But you're at least familiar, like, oh yeah, like they exist, and like how they need to be applied, and how it goes about getting treated, how much rest the patient needs, and all that jazz.
Can I then ask for Anakin to like show his arm? Beren will please like hand out and just say, "Can I take a look?" Because that suddenly spasming isn't a good thing. There's something up with it.
Sure, I suppose. And like he kind of unveils it, and like it seems like a mixture of outdated pieces, and like even like this hand like is an older model. The hand itself, like it has instead of the usual like 5 fingers, it has like 3, like the opposable thumb, and like it almost looks like something scrapped together out of between like a super battle droid arm and whatever else that they had lying around.
I think if anything, that's kind of like a bonus in this case, because like Beren's whole clan being like ostracized from Mandalorian society wouldn't have the means to get very good tech, including prostheses. Can Beren like assess it and see if there's like I'm trying to remember how prostheses work, cybernetics work in Star Wars. There's a sensory panel with where like the wires connect to the nerve, like, and that's where the nerve endings like receive impulses and stuff. Can I check there? Because that's usually where you get a backfire from on a prosthesis like this. Would it be a tech check or
I
a
would
medicine?
I'd say either one in this case.
I'll go with medicine because I have a 10 in medicine. That's 28.
28? Jeez.
My God, yeah, he's fine. Fuck.
Yeah. It's definitely something where, like, this was very much, like, where, like, the wound itself was dressed. There, like, are some crossed wires, and, like, where they meet certain nerves, and, like, too much stress, you see, like, kind of, causes it to overflow, and then like it sends like a burst of shocking energy up the arm, and straight to the nervous system, and like can cause like it's like the miniest of mini like strokes or like flashes of intense pain that like will bring any person down to their knees if
it's so like it's a kind of like failed wire kind of situation. In that case, I think Beren, because I don't really use them much anyway, Beren's going to on his bracer where his whistling birds are, there's like there's some wires, spare wire lengths there that he can take out. He cracks that off, like fully damages it, like it's not going to be able to be used after this. And he takes out certain wires and is going to open the plating on Anakin's arm and basically replace the faulty wires for it.
All right.
If possible. Would that be another medicine check or technology this time?
This one was going to be technology.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, baby, that's a 17 plus 4, that's 21.
Goddamn. All right.
21.
Yeah.
21.
It's gonna it takes a little bit of time, but like, and he just kind of looks, he kind of like just raises an eyebrow as you do this, and then Ahsoka kind of like, from looking over Anakin's shoulder goes, are you a licensed, medic or a practitioner of medicine? Like, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Beren's like, oh no, and then just like, not at all, like not licensed at all. He's gonna jokingly say it because she's a kid. He's gonna be like, no, I lost my medical license. I did something terrible.
Ahsoka looks terrified and go ahead and make it.
Shuri's like trying to fucking wave it off and like, stop.
Raz is okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but then Beren just like, as she's like looking horrified, just smiles.
And then like she'll kid you with like God, I need that Ahsoka face as an emo. Like it's her from season 1 where she like has like, eyes rolled into her head. Yes, Raz, you had something?
I was just gonna like, if that continued, he was just gonna walk closer to Ahsoka and just whisper to her, he's joking. He's just trying to get a rise out of you.
Hey.
All right, everybody. Hey. It's your favorite
boy.
Get the fuck out.
Welcome aboard.
I'm back.
Oh my god, he's alive.
I'm alive.
Huh?
Oh. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, you're just walking in on Anakin's getting his arm fixed by Beren, and he's
Beren
just
destroyed a piece of his like armor technology to fix this kid's arm.
Okay, cool, sweet. Anakin eggs, love it. Starting off strong.
Yeah.
Would Viper be out of his pod by now, or?
I'd say at this point, Patch would kind of, like as this, like at the top of the day, like while this is going on, Patch will kind of like, like let you out of the pod, Viper, as Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, for Game Turtle, like Beren just rolls IRL. That's why they aren't showing up in the chat. But
oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. But
for some reason, just my PC fucking hates Roll20, and I can't figure out why.
Yeah, that's just how it be. But as Viper, you're being let out of the healing pod. The back to tank opens up, draining, and like you're just kind of half delirious, and like Patch kind of like like opens up each of your eyes and like runs the light through, and you get like these brief flashes of your old squad, but all of them are kind of you're seeing like they're like what they would look like if they were all alien DNA, what they would look like if they were all like perfect clones of Django, and you're also like seeing them like just die in horrific ways, but then like that's kind of like sprinkled in with Patch like asking questions like, "What's your name, Trooper?" Like flashing a light in your eyes, like like everything else atomically, like speaking, like you're functionally normal.
Oh. God. I haven't done this voice in so long, Jesus. What the...
Oh lord.
Oh god, just like part delirious and also part of just sort of like 5 more minutes mom that just sort of like he's just like Viper, she that thing out of my face. Oh yeah, that ooh.
Who's the Jedi General? It's like
Five more minutes. You've been in a Bacta tank for 3 days. Okay, 2 more minutes.
Precisely. Exactly. Did he ask who's my Jedi General? Or
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, stop! Oh!
Oh, damn it.
Oh.
Oh.
They're in the
Keep going,
walls,
keep going.
they're in the walls, the voices! Oh, no, he asked who my Jedi General was, or...
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Shir'iven.
And he just kind of goes, right, should be up to normal. Any other symptoms? Just report to me. Not the best remedy for right now, but just take these back to Schultz. This what's like a good example of a downer that isn't like an actual drug? Like, like the Star Wars equivalent of, I think it just would be a death stick, but like the part that removes your lifespan is taken out, so it's essentially a downer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but
I was gonna say something stupid like Space Allegra, but sure.
I
that can
was
go
just
too.
gonna like suggest a stim.
yeah, just like a stem. Yeah.
Yeah, probably just a stim, because, like, that's... Oof.
I mean, like, I can imagine.
I mean, clones already have a reduced lifespan as it is. We don't need to decrease that number.
Yeah, it would be just the death stick, but like the lifespan removal part taken out of it.
I don't want to. You don't want to buy me a
life-
bunch of nutsticks.
The life stick.
Yeah, we'll just say it is like a regular, like, you know, a soothing sort of stem that supposedly should calm your mind, like soothe you for, you know, if you have like these episodes again. But like Patch will give those to you. Vipers are getting up and goes like, if you need anything, if you need any more, just come back. Just be mindful if you're taking them in heavy dosages. They could have their own negative side effects.
Sure thing, he says, just like still trying to wake up, just like, wow. Sorry, no. Yeah. I'm trying to make a joke of just sort of like, geez, you guys acted like I've been gone for months. What did I miss?
But yeah, it's been like, I want to say at least
It's
oh yeah, as far as like from when you guys had that last battle to when you reconvene now, I'll say it would have been like roughly a day and a half worth of a journey, like, you know, going through the rain and all that. But we'll say you can reconvene. You're now with the group as you're watching Anakin's arm getting tweaked with by Beren.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll go ahead.
back to the back to the present now.
Mm-hmm.
Do I place those wires? Is it like, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because for the check, you got a 17, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, which was 21 total.
Oh yeah, 21 total. Yeah, easy enough.
Beren then will like be like, okay, like now flex like your fingers, try and use the force through it, that kind of stuff.
Okay, and like goes to like each of his like 3 fingers, and like makes a clenched fist. And, like then he kind of like, you know, focuses in on like his lightsaber, like, you know, off at a distant table, closes his eyes and like gets into his hand, like exhales heavily. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Just need a little bit of rest is all. And I can be out in the field with you.
Beren will be like, rest, practice, and if it backfires again, find me.
Alright. Thank you.
No problem, kid.
He like has like, you know, he like actually like has like, you know, a very like heartwarming, just like genuinely grateful looking smile. This is probably the happiest. This is probably the first time anybody has seen like a smile that wide on Anakin.
Can we get a fucking yippee?
Oh.
God damn.
Wait, I'll do it. Hold on.
I'll do another.
Oh, oh no. It's fucking soundboard. But yeah, anything.
Well, no, I've changed the timeline. No longer a canon event.
Please, we've been changing the timeline since day one.
Hey,
Just the fucking
this
Miguel
just
O'Hara theme
means
begins to play.
when Vader shows up, he's going to spare Beren. And that's all this means.
Me when we fuck up George Lucas's canon once more.
Fucking Spider-Man sound, oh no!
Yeah, and Raz will step up and, like what they said, take it easy, Hotshot. You gotta get your strength back.
Yeah, and so he just goes, "Don't worry, Sky Guy. I'm sure these guys will watch over me well enough," and just kind of like does one step away from Beren.
You'll do fine, love.
He'll take one step towards Ahsoka. I've got you. Don't worry.
But yeah, I'll say yeah, at this point
You can't escape me, Ahsoka. I will adopt you too.
oh my god, you can't adopt every canon character, Beren. Oh fuck. Okay, but yeah, I will say, I mean, up to you guys where you guys wish to go from here. There's the warmer if you want to strategize, like what exactly will happen, like where exactly you want to, how you want to mobilize the troops, like once like you have like a bit of time to like, you know, recuperate from the last battle. And
I think you mentioned that Rex wanted to see me and Raz. I think.
Yep.
Okay, then I'll Beren will probably go there next.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know about
Raz. He would. It's at some point when Beren decides to go, Raz would follow.
Okay.
All right.
Shiri's probably gonna keep Anakin and Ahsoka company for a little longer.
And anything specific for Viper, as like, you know, it's been like, this is like your first day up and about, like since the last battle, and you know, like you're, as far as you can tell, the Django voice has not made itself known again. But,
Good.
yeah.
Let's keep it that way.
I will say though, as you are kind of watching over Anakin, you do see Boba kind of, you know, arms crossed, look at you like from the entryway into the medical bay, but like you will notice him, but the second like you guys like lock eyes, he kind of like turns away, then just like scoffs, puts his stuff back on, and you know, walks further into the camp.
He just sort of passes opposite of him and then just sort of like wonders what the hell that's all about, as he just mutters under his breath, "Teenagers."
All right, so we'll start off with Raziel and Beren, as you are led back to the camp, and you will take note of you know, you see the 501st there. There's Rex, a couple of, you know, like this like sort of trench area where, you know, the 501st, and like this is where like the 501st and the 212th are kind of making their home. The 99th anything left of Imagundi's men are in their own little corner. But yeah, well, what would you guys like to do? Or like, I'll say like Rex kind of like comes over to y'all and just goes, howdy boys.
Captain Rex, you wanted to see us?
Yes. This is a bit of a private matter, so if the two of you would follow me, please.
Sure.
And he kind of like leads you off to like his own private little office. Like there's no real door behind it, but he'll like sort of close the shades. Goes, all right. And, like he'll take off his helmet and goes, I don't know another way to ask this, but Slick's men have grown a little bit uneasy. If the report of him dying wasn't really good enough for his troops, so I don't know if you had any specifics for how he passed. Or...
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, Beren looks at Raz like.
What's his expression?
The thing is like you can't see Beren's face because he's got his helmet on, but like by the way that he looks at you, Raz, you get the impression that he's like, I can't lie, I cannot lie. You know I'm bad at lying.
It's okay. Yeah, he knows your tells at this point, I'd say. So
oh yeah, you can like inside check, like you guys just have a moment of side-eyeing to each other and then
Yeah, you see like Beren's like Leku like twitching really bad.
I will say, Rex catches you eyeing each other and goes, he is something. Is there more to it than him just passing at that explosion?
and
No, he's
Raz
dead.
will-
He's so dead. He's so very dead.
Raz will take off his helmet and he'll put a hand on Beren. Easy. The truth of the matter is, there is more to it. And we'd rather not have this information spreading in fear of his men and others losing morale.
Kind of crosses his arms for a moment and then just goes, what more?
Slick is dead, but he was attempting sabotage on one of the tanks he procured. We noticed something was amiss, so we went to investigate. He was planning to wipe out and sabotage more equipment, hoping that would stop us from advancing. But in doing so, people were getting hurt. We stopped him, and from what Beren, your experience, you were caught with Slick as he was about to blow up the tank. I intercepted, managed to get Beren out in time, but not Slick. He unfortunately met his demise in the explosion. I couldn't get him out, but he would have continued to do more sabotage in whatever he thought was the right thing to do. If his men found out he was betraying the Republic, it would devastate them.
I'm gonna need a deception check from you, Rez.
That is fine. I expected that. I'm doing my own dice for this because I do not trust Roll20 with my charisma-based checks anymore.
I mean, you have like what, a +8, 9 to these?
Still.
I mean, fair.
Okay, well, that is a whopping nat 20 with a 29 total.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not kidding me. I can take a screenshot of this if need be.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I'll show it to chat if necessary, but
Yeah,
good
yeah.
God.
First roll of the night, on my end.
My lord. But I'll say Rex kind of raises his eyebrow at this and goes, that it would. Fuck, I should have had the squad members pulled up prior to the stream. Hold on,
I mean, I can get their names.
The Slicksman, Clone Wars. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, there's Jester, Gus, Punch, Sketch, and Chopper.
Yes. He just goes, Chopper of all of them is getting a little bit uneasy about it all. Thinks that the Seps got to him, and he especially wants the payback, and you haven't met him yet, but he can be a little reckless.
I can imagine.
Anything else you have to add to this, Beren? You were there yourself.
Fuck. Beren will be like, what was the name again of the clone that Slick was working for? It was a captain.
Freeman.
Okay.
Gordon?
Beren will be like, he was working under orders from a clone. Captain Freeman?
Blast. Were you able to acquire any information about this Freeman? Kind of like, pulls up like the clone like data banks on his end. And goes like, I'm not finding anything under the name Freeman.
Might be a name change.
Could be so.
He mentioned something about being aligned with the Separatists. But I've never met any Freeman before this.
Certainly complicates things. Right, well, for the time being, Slick's men do not find out about this. Well, we can tell them once everything's settled off-world, but if any developments happen about this Freeman, then that will be our priority.
Understood. We'll keep this information on a need-to-know basis.
And, he just goes
What if...
Oh, go ahead.
And... what if Slick's men start asking questions?
Well, just try to be honest with them. Some of them, Chopper might take it a bit tougher than all of them, but if some can't go on this fight without knowing the truth of what happened, then let them know. It's just, with everything as tense as it is, I doubt a turncoat in the midst, or at least a former turncoat, would ease their minds any further in this situation.
Of course. Is that all you need, Captain?
I think that will be all. But, how's Commander Skywalker doing?
He's adjusting to his new prosthetic, but recovery's hard. I can tell it's gonna take some time.
Good.
Doesn't help that that prosthesis isn't quite up to par, but I understand you make do with what you've got.
Yes. We are kind of working on working with the barest of bones out here. But he's stubborn, but I think at least that vice of his will at least come to be a virtue. He'll buck through the pain, and with his help, we'll be out of this place sooner than no time.
His reckless streak, I don't doubt that. Here's hoping he can get a better prosthetic once we're off-world.
Here's hoping. And, you just, like, the rest of the time you'll kind of, show you around, like, these, like, temporary barracks, and, we're actually gonna go ahead and take a quick break, and we will come back and then see what Shir'iven and Viper are up to in the war room. Strategizing. But, yeah, we'll be right back, folks. See y'all in a hot second. here. And there we go. Gotta remember to close those openers. Oh, testing. Okay, yeah, we're back. Just everything into reset. But, yeah. Go for a little bit longer. We might just keep this first one a bit on the shorter side since we're all kind of reconvening. But yeah, we're now cutting over to the war tent where we have Shir'iven, Viper, and if Raz and Beren wish to meet over there as well, you may. But you also have.
Oh, he definitely would, yeah.
I think Beren is just gonna kind of hang around with like the other clones and stuff.
Not for sure. Easy enough to do. But yeah, and yeah, you'll have all of you guys there. You have Patch as well, Obi-Wan, as well as Helbeck, Imagundi, and Rex kind of all convening at the war room, and you'll kind of bring up the table over here. It goes, like, the clones, like, are, like, chattering up, so... Right, so here's our situation. We still got some canyon space for the next couple miles. We got another 100 miles or so of jungle to traverse before we're out into no man's land. Very little cover, very little formations to protect us if we are to be subject to any surprise attacks. So, I wanted to put it up to the generals as far as how best we can navigate here and what's our best course of action. And, according to, what's their names? Command Admiral Thrawn, as well as, Coltesi. Captain Thrawn, thank you. And Coltesi, they've spotted enemy outposts located here, these two mountain areas, here and here. So, we don't know exactly what weapons they're packing, but they, at least if those gunshots are any indication, they certainly have a lot of firepower at their disposal. And Obi-Wan just goes, that much is for certain. We don't know only question is, how do we circumvent it? Well, marching somewhat blindly into enemy territory here. I don't know if Shir'iven or you have any contributions as far as to how else we can get a better idea of what we're walking into.
Okay, so hold on. Point on the map to me, because I'm stupid.
You're good. We have enemy outposts here, 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 and here. Like, basically, like, the blue circles across, like, this brown, space. And, like, from right now, you still got roughly 100 or so miles left of jungle to go through before you get to this point. Yeah, you still have, cause yeah, it's probably gonna take several days just to at least even get through the jungle itself. Days, maybe a few weeks even. And because the goal is to take the capital, which is all the way over. I'll zoom out a little bit, but yeah, all the way over there. At least like the optimal path would be like, cutting through there. If you want to just straight line it, you'd have that much about to go through.
Yeah. So the main worry would be like kind of just like worrying about I think like going straight through would probably be better to hit like these three. Here, wait. Hold on. How do I do the?
Yeah, just
since forever.
The ruler tool. Yeah, the measure.
The ruler.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay, so like the best thing to do would probably be like go through this way and then go up. How do I add a point? Hold on.
Yeah,
there it is. Got it. Go kind of like that.
Okay.
So the most we'd have to worry about is just these three outposts.
Okay.
Mm.
And I think a lot of the issue is worrying about enemy ambushes and what they might be packing
Yeah,
against us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So then we'd have to worry about these ones.
Patch
It'd
does
probably
bring...
be like
Oh, go ahead.
no, it's like it'd probably be a split effort in a way to handle all the outposts.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah. So they're gonna have to do like one team goes one way, the other team goes and takes care of the outer outposts.
Patch does bring up that there could be a possibility of like, because there's nothing, like you have like this expense that's roughly like almost 200 miles across this way, and like he notes that there's a couple possibilities. There are either, you know, traps, ambushes, maybe landmines, or, you know, like sniper scouts sort of spread throughout. As far as the specifics go as to what is out there, he doesn't know, but those are possibilities he lays out.
Probably we would have to send a scouting team ahead of time to overlook everything, find any mines, anything that we should worry about without like out here. Like out. Sorry. God, I'm so tired. Ugh.
You good?
Probably worry about anything out here. Send scouting team. They report back, and we make our move.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. Definitely a
yeah.
scouting team to report back what they find.
Yeah. We hold base here. Scouting team goes out within the next morning or so. They scout out as much as they can find. Best thing to do would probably be like they're somewhat on a night team in a way. That way, like, they can scout during the night. We make our moves in the morning.
Yeah.
Oben kind of like scratches a chin. This goes, would we want this scouting team you have in mind? Would you want it to be just mostly clones and a mixture of clones and Jabiim rebels, or perhaps any Jedi in there in the mix just to ensure potential survivability? Or
what Jedi do we have?
Master Gundy, myself, Anakin once he's feeling up to it, and Ahsoka as well, including yourself. And Raziel's not a formal Jedi, but he definitely has the makings of one.
I'm a Force user, so I can adapt when needed and protect anyone who's in the line of fire.
Let me think.
And I'll say Hilbert goes, there is also the manner of what is going to happen once you retake the capital. My people will want to know exactly the terms of the Republic and their stay. And I myself am easy in regards to other matters that General, you and I can discuss privately, as he kind of looks to you, Sherry.
Of course. Fuck. I'm trying to think. So, I think Gundy should go with the scouting, maybe. Anakin wants
So maybe Gundy, thinking maybe like a split of the Rough Riders, possibly with Raz.
Rough Rider, yeah.
Okay. I'll bring all the pieces.
Yeah, because he would have to travel with the Rough Riders.
Yeah.
If a few members decide to scout, so he can go with them on one team.
Yeah, Rough Riders, Raz, and Gundy should, and maybe some of the rebels should go as a scouting team. Mainly the rebels should be going just because they know the area better than us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that can be done.
Mm-hmm. They'll be the main scouting team every night at sundown. They run out. And come back within the morning hours.
Mm-hmm.
They can rest while like on one of our like walkers or ships or anything as we travel. That'll probably estimating how many days would Shiri know like it would take us to get through that part of it.
With the scouting team reporting every night, and you have, with the amount of spears you currently have, and all factoring in all those resources, so probably take about, I want to say, a week or two to get through of just travel time. If this is not factoring in possible resistances or any attacks you do manage to catch you off guard.
Does that sound good? And I'm asking it like us. Does that sound good?
Yeah, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a fair, reasonable plan of scouting and rendezvousing.
Mm-hmm.
Mark?
So we don't want it to be a huge group, but a few members of the Riders, Rebels, and then Leo, Raz, Gundy can go as well.
Yeah, like
for not only scouting, but protection. In case shit hits the fan.
where's Beren going again? Sorry, I completely
No, it's okay. We're trying to basically just figure out a scouting team. Raz and the Rough Riders are going. Imagundi is going. Some of the rebels are going. I think if Anakin would like to, Shiri could send him as well, so that way it's not... He can be involved, get himself warmed up for the final, like as soon as, that week is over of, the scouting and everything. It gives him enough time to train with the prosthetic. Yeah, so if Anakin would like, Shiri recommends him.
Gotcha.
That'd be pretty good idea. And if he runs into any issues, he's got everybody else backing him up while he adjusts to his new arm.
I mean, Beren is here because, the Mandalore is here. So, whatever Shiri wants him to do, he'll do.
Yeah, because there is, the matter of, the force that is moving back. So I'm just gonna assume that, all the, a majority of the ATRTs, ATTEs, ATATs, and the bulk of, the clone forces will be hanging back with you guys, and you'll also have
it's
Obi-Wan,
mainly...
Sherry, and Viper.
They're not going to... There's going to be minimal battles for the scouting teams, so more than likely any battles that they face within that week will be done as a conglomerate team.
Understood. Just moving everything, so we have likely Raz... Oh, I'll just do this. So we have Raz and Brass, and Boba will offer to, joining in, and just goes, he kind of chimes in at the conversation, goes, and I'll offer to go with this little scouting party, but my condition still stands. Any hint that we find this Grievous, he's mine. And,
So be it.
Obi-Wan just kind of goes, aren't you a little bit hesitant to trust the life of the general, trust the death of the general to this boy? And he kind of goes, I'm not just some boy, Jedi. My father's is what brought all these clones of yours together. So I'd watch. I got a lot more skill than you'd. I got a little bit more skill than you than it might seem at a first glance.
Shiri kind of whispers to Obi-Wan while Boba has his back turned.
Mm-hmm.
While I was rescuing him, Jango was murdered by Grievous. Boba watched every single bit of it.
I see. Well, if this is a personal mission for you, I can recognize that and trust you're able to play your part, but just be mindful. There's very little that we are working with on our side, and we can't afford to be spending our resources frivolously on any rescue mission, so if you're captured, I can't guarantee we'll get you out. He goes, fine. But, yeah.
You'll get your moment with him, Boba. I have my own dues to take with him.
That much I know. And, yeah, I'm just getting everybody placed, and, I'll say for, Obi-Wan kind of, suggests, we can divide the walkers into two parties. I think it might be, or at least, we'll evenly split them as much with the resources we have now. And I think it might be best to pretend, as opposed to having them all stronger together, and there's a greater risk through that of losing more if they are not all bunched up, and if they send more gunships to one location, then we might be losing less resources that way.
Do we know which ones are out of character? Do we know which outposts are usually from the rebels' perspective? Do they happen to know which outposts we are probably the most populated?
Probably the most populated would either be, the most populated ones they will point out would be, just in the capital itself, that's the strongest population. But as far as anyone being drawn out, there would maybe strongest population would probably be in that little dot right there, and all these other command centers, command posts. They might have a small concentration of civilians, or not civilians, but any Jabiim soldiers assisting them on the Separatist side.
Mm.
So you're thinking mostly in this area there'd be more.
Mm-hmm. There and the one right up above it as well. Since they're the closest to the capital.
These two then.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So with that, Shiri kind of is looking it over. We'd have to possibly keep a good number of our men together with the main party. Though she points out the other 3 outposts and everything. This is what I'm worried about. We'd have to split off and ensure that we don't have an ambush from these ones.
That is true. Well, with that in mind, we can at least pull off some of the heavier artillery to the areas that we know are less populated, just to limit any civilian casualties.
Exactly. So, I would say 3/4 maybe of our artillery and stuff go towards the main heavy, the heavier populated areas, whereas the other quarter would probably go towards the other one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
just to ensure that, yeah.
Okay, we'll say that we'll have big AT-ATs are just going to will be like this, like all on the board. Like they'll like have their attention turned towards that area right there, and like they'll like have like a split filing of ATTE, and you know like 3/4 of the walkers splitting over there, and meanwhile on this side like you carry a bulk of the men, but you'll be focusing more on your side. Your half will be focusing on these 3 primary command posts.
Does that sound like a good idea to everyone?
Good to me.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I
Goes
don't
like,
see anything wrong with that strategy.
I will say, as this call is going on, Kaltesi and Thrawn appear up on the war table. Goes, General, we received some updates. We wanted to pass on the word to you and see if you had any specific instruction for us. And Thrawn proceeds, goes, it appears that General Grievous's fleet is no longer holding their position right over the general area where you'll be moving to next. It seems that the majority of his fleet is being pulled to hover over the capital. Shall we engage with it, or shall we hang back? They have not sent anything to directly engage with us. It has been rather a stalemate up here.
How many things do we have up with them?
I don't know if TKU noted them, but if
I don't even think it was said. I think it was the only ones that we spoke about were the ones that were on the ground.
Yeah, pretty much. The only thing... Oh, hang on a second. I have something. I don't think it's everything up top in the sky, but they do have enough ordnance for 2 orbital bombardments. Other than that,
Okay.
it hasn't been stated.
Yeah, I will say, like, for the record, as far as, like, ships on your side, you guys have 3 Venator Star Destroyers
Okay.
on hand. And, like, the Separatist side, like, they have about a good, I forget, like, the types of cruisers, if I can find the specific ones. Separatist cruisers. Yeah, because there's the... Oh, yeah, the Munificent classes, like, those are... There's, like, 2 of those, and... Yeah.
2 of what classes?
Munificent classes, like the ones that are... I'll just drop these in reference images. You have...
Okay.
You have 2 of those... One
those, gotcha.
one the Lucra Hulk, like the half the 3/4 donut one looking thingies, and what's the other? You have a let me see if I can find this specific one. It's like the one that Grievous had, the Invisible Hand, which his would be a Providence class Dreadnought. So you have 2 of those, 1 Lucre Hulk and 1 Munificent class. But yeah, they're
Cool.
yeah, like as far as like specifics noted, it looks like the Munificence and the what's it called? The Providence are being pulled back to sort of basically locked down over the capital, but they're not firing on it or anything. Like they're just changing location. It looks like the Lucre Hulk is maintaining position, sort of like acting as a buffer between the 3 Venators and those Separatist ships. And Frogcon continues, if you are in need of aerial support, I can, in the lull of the next storm, I can perhaps send some things over to you. But we still want to keep some fighters and gunships at the ready for the final siege.
Understandable. We won't be facing too much turmoil for about a week. But it would be nice to keep in mind. Sure, I mean, I'm worried because it seems like they're moving, like something like staying still will probably be like a bad idea, but at the same time, I feel like it's a trick.
Yeah, like, because they're just moving positions. They're not attacking, so.
And the city is ray-shielded. The capital is ray-shielded, as a reminder. So, like,
Okay.
any like heavy artillery from like your side would not be able to punch through their through the ray shield.
Okay, that's good.
I really don't know.
Well, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. One is if we attack now, or at least tell Thrawn and Kaltese to attack the ship now, it could be a trap.
Yeah, exactly.
In either they're
and that's what I
planning
agreed
something
to.
and, we're attacking too soon. But on the other hand, if we do decide to attack, potentially it could prove as a distraction for them as we make our move through the jungles and wastes. But there are pros and cons to attacking the ship now while it's in pursuit of the capital. So the trap is something I am concerned with if we're just gonna go guns blazing, because we don't really know what they're capable of yet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Obi-Wan kind of notes, are there any transfers or does it appear that there's any transfer of cargo into the planet below? And it goes, Thrawn kind of goes, our scanners have indicated that at least it appears their gunships have been continuing to go to and from the planet, or at least we've at least detect small cruisers going into the capital, or they just have small openings in the ray shield where the ships can proceed through and presumably either drop off supplies or pick up anything of value from the capital. If I may suggest, General, I fear that Grievous will want to pull off what he did what he ordered back on Mandalore. And
I agree.
if we get too close to his prize, he might release the shield, drop a bombardment, and be done with the system. But I propose, at least until the time being, as long as you keep the movement subtle, we can hold our position. They cannot both bomb the planet and engage with us.
Exactly. Most we need to worry about is just his men up top. However, we can handle everything on the planet outside of the shield. I say we make our move then. Hold position for now. Just warn us of anything that you might see.
Understood. Yes, General. They'll cut off on transmissions and go and Hillbeck kind of scratches his chin at this, and Obi-Wan kind of crosses his arms and goes, "This is certainly a sticky situation."
We don't want what happened on Mandalore to happen yet again.
No, that we don't.
The most we can do is just take out the men that we've already found. And then we go in for the kill up top.
Seems like the best course of action we can hope for.
And Thrawn will be monitoring what's happening up top and alert us if something happens.
And
We
we
can
said
adjust
they
plans
would.
if needed.
Alright, anything from either Beren or Viper overlooking the strategies?
Baron's not here.
Baron's not there.
Oh,
He's
that's
just
right.
he's mingling, chatting with hottie clones.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just vibing. He's
Hot singles in his area.
getting. He's making the effort to like talk to other clones and get to know them as individuals.
Mm-hmm. I'll say...
Just basically waiting for Shiri to tell him what to do
Okay.
because that's his job.
I
Yeah.
don't know if Beren has met these clones yet, but you will run into Waxer and Boyle.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
The idiots.
Oh, I love
Two-
them.
Two
Yeah.
men and a baby.
Yeah.
One brain cell between them,
Yeah.
and the child has it at all times.
Yeah, I think Waxer is the one with the mustache from the original, but his face has-
Boyle's the one with the mustache, and
Right, yeah.
Waxer's the one who's bald.
Yeah, you see Boyle has a much thicker bit of facial hair, he's let the mustache curl a little bit, and has a thicker goatee growing, and Boyle already has the 2/12 in Airbus shaved into the side of his head. Then just kind of notes, so word's going around that you causing a bit of a stir up in the 99s.
Wait, I'm trying to remember that bit. Crap. That's
Bruiser.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm making
it's
sure
Mr.
that's
Bruiser.
Bruiser. Okay, the Baron's just less caused the stir, and more. It kind of just happened.
Kinda just happened. How? Sounds like your mate catched a punch for him, and from what I've heard, not many folks can tank a hit from that big lug.
Yeah, Baron's just yeah, well, I'm a Mandalorian, so very, very, very few things can put a Mandalorian down.
So, are you worried at all what's going on in that capital there? I know what happened with the planet wasn't exactly a good indicator. I'll say Waxer kind of elbows Boyle at that, goes it's not even a few weeks old, goes, oh, right, forgive me. Oh no, losing your home planet is still a sensitive matter.
Baron just looks at him and just says, "Yeah, let's hope you never lose yours."
Well, Camino's in the heart of the Republic. They wouldn't dare strike at it. And if they did, they better be bringing a big blaster at the if they're coming to party and think they can take Camino by force.
Yeah, well, they said the same about Mandalore. The Baron's just looking at those separatist ships that you said were over the area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's got his helmet on, so can't see his expression, but the body language is serious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a mixture of chit chat between the clones. Some of them will kind of, point off to you, hear you mutterings about that you're cozying up with Patch and you're, and all this other soft stuff.
Yeah, Baron's got tremor sense with his montrals. So that's
yeah.
how he hears.
Tremor?
So,
Shiri's gripping her fist.
so yeah, he.
Rise is just not yet, not yet.
It's that fucking bit from SpongeBob. Did somebody say boom?
Did somebody say boom?
Close it up. Did somebody say tremor?
I will say though, you do see a clone with bits of blue markings in his armor, and one eye mist color seemingly from a shrapnel shot, kind of walk over to you, and then like wax and boil go, "Oh shit, Chopper. We gotta go polish our weapons, so we'll see you around later, Mando." And
Baron's like, wait, what? No, like, what's going on?
and like you see that Chopper, like this clone of the 501st is just sort of like making his way past his other men, like, and they almost sort of like clear the path for him as he kind of goes over to you and goes, "You, oi, Mando."
Me? I have a name.
Right, Beren, I've heard. So, you were the one that last fought out there with Slick, didn't you?
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
You don't have
Well,
You-
held the turntables.
and you don't have the boy with better charisma than you to back you up this time.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I-
It's fine.
I'm gonna warn you. I do have to get off pretty soon.
No worries, we'll probably.
I
end it here
should
in a bit.
probably rest.
All good.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, it's all good. No worries.
Yeah, we'll end it off here in a hot second. But yeah, just kind of looks to you, goes like, "So, won't they're not telling the full story about what happened with him? Figured you could enlighten me."
Yeah, depends what you want to know.
There's more to it than he just went off in a bomb. He's a tough old bastard. He wouldn't just. I know he.
He can be a tough old bastard all he wants. It was a big ass bomb.
But he's not usually the self-sacrificing type. Well, I know he'd give anything to defend us and his men, but he wouldn't just go on like that, you know?
Baron will say that. He'll say something that is technically true, where he just says that he was scared.
Really?
Yeah.
Slick wasn't exactly taught to show fear in anything. He usually faced whatever challenges came right at him.
I think this one was just a bit overwhelming.
Did he have any last words last you saw him?
Baron will say, it all happened so fast, but he'll say something probably that, like, he thinks Chopper would want to hear, which is, he said, like, something like, tell the men that, like, I'm sorry.
Oh, he definitely did not say that last to you.
No, he did not, but, like, Baron will be like, he's basically trying to comfort Chopper.
Okay.
Like, to make Slick sound like he went out dignified.
Alright. I'm going to ask for that deception check.
Oh, fuck, here we go with my, like, +1 in deception. Great. 15.
Okay.
That's
Kind of squints his eyes at you and goes, "Well, at least he died doing what any of us would have done. Did you catch the name of who might have been responsible for him? It wasn't just any lone clanker, was it?"
Tell the truth this time, you're gonna know. It was somebody called Freeman.
Just some separatist Seppi Merc or something?
Yeah. They're a piece of scum.
Good. When I get my hands on them, they're gonna pay. And you'll kind of like just march off in a huff, and then, what's one of the other,
Aaron's immediately like, Oh, thank God.
What's one of the other Slick's boys, TK?
Oh no.
Hang on a sec while I pull that back up.
You're good. You're good.
Baron's gotta
I have-
keep track of the lies.
It's okay. I'm the note taker.
Yeah, but I'm stupid and so is Beren.
Beren can't read or write.
I can remind you. Besides Chopper, there is Jester, Gus, Punch, and Sketch.
Oh yeah, I'll say Jester, like kind of following behind Chopper, goes like, Beren, I am so terribly sorry about that. Chopper's just been a little tense, ever since Slick was considered MIA, and, you know, he always thought highly of him, you know? Just wanted what's best for him. It's not like it for a clone to, well, not every day that a clone gives their life for a greater number of men themselves.
I get it. It's hard when you lose a man.
Jester, by the way, that kind of extends a hand to you.
Beren, he gives him like a kind of like Mandalorian type of handshake. I kind of like headcanon that instead of just like shaking hands, they like grab like, you know, like the wrist like and clasp really like
Oh
hard.
yeah, it's the Predator handshake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beren does that.
And like he kind of like, I'll say like for his armor, you even see like there's like almost a spray painted like blue Joker on like the top of his helmet, like bits of like the Corchester head on there. And he goes,
Cool.
oh, if you got the time, I'd love to introduce you to the rest of Slick's men. I think they'd be very honored to meet you.
Right. Okay. Yeah, Baron's like, he looks over to where like everybody else has gone, like, please somebody come out of the tent, like.
I'll say, okay.
Yeah, like if nobody does, he's just like, yeah, sure, it would be great, a real honor.
Yeah, I'll say at this point the war meeting will adjourn, but Hilbeck does kind of pull you aside, Sherry, to kind of discuss something.
Parents like, someone please.
Yeah, I'll say everyone can, if anyone else wants to go ahead and rescue Beren from that, Raz and Viper, you can.
I think Raz would. He'd take pity on the poor Mandel.
I'll do something here. Why
Do
not?
something. Do something.
Yeah.
Do something.
Yeah, like you can tell, like Baron's like really uncomfortable. Like his mantrals, like on top of his head, have gone like back, kind of flat, like how cats do when they're stressed.
Airplane ears.
Please, somebody.
Yeah.
What are we rolling?
Yeah, or I'll say, like, I mean, it's more like, do you just, you know, Raz, do you want to, if you want to pull Beren out, you can, but I don't know if Viper, you want to come with, like, an excuse for pulling Beren out?
I was like, story-wise, it's just like, I don't know. I'm still, hey, I know it's been a few months, but are we still sore about the whole, you know, nearly killed your mom thing, or are we just like...
No, I'm still like fucking pissed about you looking at that, dude.
Yeah.
But
alright.
Baron's kind of put it to one side because, you know, he's here for Sherry and like has a job to do for his clan.
I'm not gonna stoke that fire then. Raz?
Yeah, Raz, real quick, and then you can jump to Sherry. He'll just like speed it along. He'll see Beren as he walks out of the war meeting. He'll see Beren kind of like just awkwardly shift and turn to anybody who's around. He notices Slicksman, who he assumes is Slicksman, and he's like, oh boy. He walks over and essentially like, Beren, there you are.
Oh, I think he's like, oh, like Attica, like, you know, kid, like my son, basically.
Hey, hello, I don't think we've had the pleasure. He looks to Jester.
He goes, you're Raziel. Heard a lot about you, kid.
Yes.
Got quite a reputation. He'll, like, go over to, like, shake your hand.
He shakes it firmly. That's what everyone says. Doing my best to help.
Yeah, if I was just gonna introduce your friend to the rest of Slick's men, they really wanted to, you know, get to, you know him who. anything last that Slick had to share.
Baron's like, friend? Like, I'm his boy.
What?
His boy. Like, his...
Mm.
And Baron's like, okay, like, you don't know Mandalorian, you don't know Mando, so, like, he's just like, it's... parent.
He just kind of looks to Raz, then to Beren, and Raz again.
Two different species.
He goes like, great, it's good. Well, yeah, I just wanted to introduce your boo here to the rest of Slick's men if you wanted to tag along with us and meet the rest of the boys.
Yeah, and with that, let's see here. One of two things. How stressed is Beren looking?
I mean, he has his helmet off. So.
I mean,
yeah,
he can tell. He knows his tells at this point.
Yeah, he's got you know, his helmet and everything on. His body language is like pretty tense, and like his montrals are kind of leaning back, and his leku, like his one leku, is like flicking. But he is like more like noticeably like relaxed now that somebody familiar is here.
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't really want to rouse suspicion, but he knows he's good at. He has some charisma he can help out with in lieu of Beren, so he'll just say, well, yeah, of course, I'd love to tag along. Can't be long, I do have to talk with Beren about something, but we can meet the rest of your team real quick, if that works.
Perfect. All right, this way, and he'll kind of like lead you into like begin marking over to like the part of the barracks where Slick's men hang out.
Yeah, and he'll just send like a force whisper to Beren. I can do most of the talking. Don't worry.
Yeah, like Baron's montrals like flick at that, like, and he's like, okay. but like, I don't know if like with you sending a force message, if like you can actually hear like the surface thoughts of Beren or anything.
I think it just works like sending her a message.
Okay.
It's like a sending, yeah. He can't read your thoughts, but you can reply back.
Because, Beren hasn't got any training anyway in like keeping his thoughts like blocked from people that are force sensitive or whatever. So yeah, he'll just be like muttering in Mandalorian, like under his breath.
Yep, which he might be able to understand. All right.
Yeah, you've heard these words. It's like you haven't heard all of them, but like you've definitely heard the ones that are like, oh shit, oh fuck, oh god.
So it's just profanities. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like really worried profanities.
Nice. But
all right, you can go to Shiri unless it's late. But yeah.
It's fine.
Take it
We'll
over.
end it with Shiri's thing.
yeah. I'll say like as the war tent clears and it's just now Hilbeck and Sherry inside and goes, so General, I presume you're feeling far more confident about us taking the capital now.
Indeed, I am.
There is just one point of contention I wanted to keep this aside. I didn't want to poke too many beehives with bringing up this minor concern I have.
Yes. What,
So, it's come to my attention that I believe that... Do you really believe that these clones can truly hold down this place? With everything that the Republic has done for Jabiim, we've been, in the time that we've been in your ever so gracious rule, we've been raided by pirates, we've suffered diseases, populations have been taken in droves under the Republic rule. And do you think that these clones of yours are able to hold down this planet all by themselves?
I believe so, yes. The Jedi weren't involved before with the Republic, and peace is our first and foremost drive.
But my point of contention is, I've heard from one of my men that these clones aren't exactly acting of their own accord. And I'm not talking about orders from the Republic or the Jedi. They have some other orders I've heard that they're taking.
Shiri, out of character, Shiri knew about this, right? Like, from a... I don't remember if they understood the fucking...
The chips? I
the
don't know.
chip. I don't think they discovered... Did they discover the chips? Do you guys remember?
Not Shiri, no. It was only Patch, Raz, and Beren.
Mhm.
Did that motherfucker eavesdrop?
Maybe.
Shiri raises an eyebrow. What do you mean?
Well, what if my men can't win that those little clone troopers of yours? They all got little chips in their heads.
Chips?
At least that's how they put it. Sounded like one of your own boys. That Raziel, I think he was. And that Patch feller.
What on earth were they talking about with the chips?
Something about that burst that your other clone friend, Viper, I believe he is, had that little hot flash, it sounded like, in the field of battle, and kind of brought him into those concerns, and he naturally boiled it down to that chip malfunctioning, and
Malfunction. The Griff?
so you didn't know
Surely-
about this?
I didn't know about this, no. Shiri pulls up her communicator. She calls Patch,
Okay, Patch.
Beren. She's calling everyone that he
To call-
said was involved.
Okay.
Spike history. Call in everyone.
Oh my God. I'll say suddenly, like in the midst of walking to the tent towards Slick's men, Raz and Beren, you get a call from Shiri, as does Patch, and like they're all kind of phoned in the war tent, just the
And before we enter the tent, as Jester is leading us, he'll just say, excuse me for a moment, it's a call from the general. I gotta take this.
Oh, sure thing.
And he moves away from the tent, assuming Beren is doing the same. Or he'll
Yeah.
gesture him to as well.
Okay,
And then he'll take the call, once they're out of earshot.
got it.
Shir'iven?
Patch gun goes, General.
Shiri clears her throat. Might I know something that you've all been hiding from me?
I don't know what you mean, Mandela.
Oh my god.
I'm not even gonna roll deception on that. I failed it.
Yeah.
I dropped the ball.
Like,
Even if you wore the helmet, Shiri can read right through that shit.
Yeah, it comes through like, I don't know what you're talking about, Mandela. Like, at all.
he looks like if he wasn't having the call, he would facepalm and he just mutters, Beren, please stop.
Dad, you're embarrassing me.
Yeah. And Patches
Shiri-
also face palms as well.
I'm the family disappointment in this unit.
Mm-hmm.
Viper's outburst was due to a chip malfunction.
Well, not a malfunction. It was kind of acting the way it was meant to.
And Raz, plenty of emotions go through his mind all at once, and immediately he would have made sure this call was private, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's a secure line between just like, you know, the three of you, Sherry and like Kilbick is there, but yeah, Obi-Wan and everyone else there getting ready for bed or preparing for the next day.
And he just puts on his serious mode, and he'll just go, "Can we talk about this somewhere private?"
Meet me in my tent now. And this is like the first time like Raz has fully gotten like the brunt of like a fucking mad Shiri.
Yeah, he knows this, and he knows there's a lot to be said.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
And
Meanwhile, Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you're good. He ends the call with, "On my way."
All right, and Viper.
And he puts his helmet on, and then... Oh, sorry, just real quick. He's just going to pop into the tent and say to Jester, we are going to have to postpone this meeting for another time. It's emergency meeting with our general. It's
of course
only us, so we've got to take this. Apologies.
No, yep, go for it. We'll catch you on the other side. And Viper, you said you were
course.
doing something?
I was gonna say, just like while this is happening, just like meanwhile, just Viper's just tooling his weapon, then just suddenly just.
Sneezes.
and he goes on like nothing happened. It's weird that happened, but
Yeah.
probably nothing.
And I'll say, like, you watch Imagundi go into the tent across the way, and in the back of your mind, you just hear, "Good soldiers follow orders. Good soldiers follow orders." And that's how we're going to end the session.
They're in the walls again. God damn it!
I'm back in the fucking building again. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
You have the stims. So
It's been 17 days.
all right.
Martha, I'm coming for you, sweetie!
The voices are beginning to know my name.
All right. Well,
Now
that-
I will control the universe, and every will be able to watch
Splatoon 2 Let's Plays.
Let's
Plays.
Plays by Viper.
Oh my
Django Fett's voice going, "Please stop, Ivo." Well, how do you know my middle name?
All right. Yeah, Jinkles, I know you gotta go, so feel free to start it off for us.
Hello, I'm Jinkles. You can find me at lovejinkles on twitter.com. I'm currently voicing Roxanne in the new Sucker for Love, Date to Die
Yeah,
For.
you are.
The demo is live on Steam, so please go watch.
Markiplier played it. It's so good.
Yeah. Very nice. Have a good night, Jinkles. Sleep well. Get some
Good
rest.
night.
Love you, buddy.
Bye.
Mwah. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Bye-bye. All right. Then there's me. Hi. It's been a while. Yeah, I am Kevin Couto, your DM for the past, present, and future sessions. You can find me on all the social medias at KCoutoVA. And I also run TTRPGs over on startplaying.games. So if you like what you saw today and potentially want to join my table at other campaigns, you feel free to check out my page. It's just, if you just search up Kevin Couto or KCoutoVA on Start Playing, I think I should come up that way. But yeah, we're still doing voiceover stuff, a lot of trading, and classes are in the works. No big projects that I can discuss are out yet. But yeah, that's going to be it for me going down the line. TK.
Hey there, Jinkles here. I played Raziel. You can follow me on Twitter at TKTheVO. The handle's changed, but the account is still the same. It's slow on the updates. A lot of life happened, but hopefully work and updates and stuff will continue. Hopefully sooner rather than later. My lots of games have ended too, so there's not really too much to promote except for next Tuesday will be the last session of the World of Eris, and you can check it out at 6:30 p.m. PST over on Orion VA's channel via Twitch if you are interested.
Hell yeah. Love it. And bring down to Chase. Oh, if you're still there, Chase?
Chase.
Hello?
Chase.
Oh, that was me. Sorry.
My fucking god.
Oh no, the voices got him.
They got me, but now I'm back. Hello everybody. Hello everybody. It's been quite some time. I'm Chase Beck. I played Viper tonight. You can find me over at the Chase Beck. We recently passed 3,000 followers on there. That's pretty cool. On the Hellbird site, which is now the Hell X site. I don't know.
The Hell X site.
Not much to say. Everything has been very congested in terms of just like getting work out because real life. But I will say, if you liked what you heard from me, all 5 minutes of it, you can find me over at my other campaign over at Critical Misses on the Critical Misses Twitch channel. We are wrapping up the Time and Time Again TTRPG going on, where I can play Paxton Willamette, a very caffeine-fueled student, professor's assistant who has to figure out how to fix the space-time continuum. That's a lot to hear. That's a lot of things that I just spouted out, but Critical Misses, Time and Time Again. Check it out.
Awesome.
That's a lot of cool things.
Yeah. And finally, Merrick.
Hey. Oh yeah, I am unmuted. Hey, I'm Mark. I am kind of not really doing much at the minute, other than working on some personal projects, with the Combat Wheelchair version 4, which is, it's not completely done yet. I've still got to look for some artists for certain things, and it will likely at some point, it will still be 100% free, just saying that, and available online for people to download and use, but there will likely be either a Kickstarter or something for getting it into print.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so you can have like a nice fancy copy with all like the beautiful high quality art and everything printed for your bookshelves if you want it. Yeah, and yeah, so it's gotta sort all that out. That's gonna be fun because I'm terrible at maths. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing at the minute. And yeah, over on the Hellbird site, that now looks like, well, looks like shit to match the fact that it is shit.
Finally,
so
Elon's vision is matched with his product.
Finally. So yeah, you can check over there. I have a link tree in my bio, which is basically has like every social media platform I'm on. I just keep the same username anyway. I'm not hard to find. It's always Mustangsart everywhere. So yeah, you can just find me there. If you happen to have Instagram and Threads, Mustangsart on there as well.
Nice.
You know, sacrificing my privacy, my data privacy, so that I can have at least some social medias that work. So yeah, that's it. Hooray.
All right. Well, yeah, fantastic game, everyone. We will be looking. It is good to be back, and looking forward to unwinding this thread and seeing how that is all balanced out with the next legs of this campaign on Jabiim. But everyone have a good rest of your night. We will be seeing you a few weeks' time. We'll be probably like looking at because I don't have my phone on me, but in 2 weeks' time we should be back for more. But yeah, have a good rest of your evening, everyone, and take care, and may the rose be with you. Always. Good night.
Bye.
See ya.
Perfect.